guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Caleb, as you know, for newcomers. What's going on with my hair? Oh, what? Okay, so what I'm going to talk about is, hold on, what was I saying? Oh, welcome back. For all those that are new, don't forget to comment, like, and hit that subscribe button. And yeah, as you can tell by the title, this is a story time, or not really a story time, more of a how to become an au pair with cultural care or any agency, to be quite honest. I'm going to explain my process and what happened and what I did and all that good stuff. So the first step is to research about what agency that you're going to use. So I used cultural care, but I would not entirely advise people to go for cultural care because it's not the only agency. I mean, you can if you want to, but yeah, I personally didn't have a good experience with them, but I'll explain that in another video. But there's cultural care, there's au pair care, there is au pair in America. Those are the three ones I know. There's probably more. Oh, there's OVC, so there's four. Those are the main ones I know of, and I know that they're legit, and I've met people that are au pairs through those agencies. So with my process with cultural care, first off, you go on their website. I will post the link below, so you go on the website and you say sign in as a new au pair, or like there's an option where it says, do you want to sign up as an au pair or host family? And obviously you're going to choose as an au pair because you're an au pair. You cannot be a host family in South Africa with cultural care. But anyway, you sign up as an au pair and they're going to ask for your details. So you're going to give them details, basically creating a profile. You're going to give them your details, name, surname, age. They're going to ask, are you married or not? Do you have a child or not? And the requirements are that you have to be 18. You have to be unmarried. You cannot be married. You cannot be engaged. You can have like a boyfriend or a girlfriend, that doesn't matter, but you cannot be married, you cannot be engaged, you cannot have a child, right? Those are the requirements. 18, not have a child, be a citizen of South Africa or whatever country that is eligible under cultural care, and you can be a citizen or a permanent resident of that country, a legal permanent resident. And you fill out your profile. You check the boxes of I'm not married, I don't have a kid. Yeah, they don't care if like you're currently working or not, that doesn't matter. And then afterwards you're gonna submit your profile. Like it's like the first step to your profile. Basically you submit the profile, and then you're gonna get a call from cultural care. They literally call you like in a few hours, depending on like the time you finish your profile, the time, like after the time you submit it or something. They would call you hours later, or they would call you the next day. They're very quick with like calling new applicants. So they're gonna call you and they're gonna ask you to fill out the regular au pair profile. Then ask you some questions. Do you have childcare experience, or you need a certain amount of hours? It's normally like 200 hours or 2,000 hours. 200. I think it's like 200 hours or so. Hours of childcare, and have you worked with kids, and then they're gonna ask you the background, like were you babysitting family, or were you working at a school or a crèche, preschool, elementary school, whatever. They're gonna ask you that. Then they're gonna invite you to have like a Zoom information meeting. Some of these meetings are held in person, so if like there is a meeting that's held in an information meeting that's held in person, then they're gonna invite you to one. If it's held in your location, or like for typical example, there is always one in Joburg, normally in Randburg, and there's probably one in Cape Town and Durban. Those are the main 3 areas that they hold these information meetings. And if it's not within your region or area, then they're gonna invite you for a Zoom one. And I attended the Zoom one because it was during COVID when I was doing it, so they were not doing like in-person meetings. So I attended the Zoom one. They're gonna encourage you to invite family, your parents or whoever, so that they can be informed, because they know, trust issue levels, like you don't do that, and trust people. You go to the meeting, they're gonna tell you about the cost and everything. They're gonna tell you it's 15,000. Guys, it's not actually 15,000. I'm gonna break down the costs. It's not 50,000. They're gonna tell you what happens in the program. It's like cultural exchange. You provide a family with childcare, and they in turn provide you with cultural exchange, so you get to learn the American culture. You get to travel, you get to go to school, and you live with them basically. So all your expenses, living expenses, are covered with the family, right? And then after the information meeting, where they explain all of those things in detail, you are going to then start filling out your profile. So if you don't have any childcare experience, you've never babysat anybody, like there is no time frame, they don't put a time frame into when you should finish your profile. So if you started, you can take the whole year if you want to. Like you can literally take your time with the application process. So yeah, so you're gonna have to like start building your profile. So if you don't have childcare experience, that's when you should start out doing it, like volunteering at a nearby crèche, or start babysitting more of your cousins or neighbors' kids or whoever's kids, or just do something with kids. And I would advise you guys like to take pictures and videos when you do those things, like when you're around kids, because they are going to want pictures and videos as part of your profile, and they're going to want references. So you're gonna have like personal references, and not from family members. Like you're gonna have to have a personal reference, maybe from a friend or from a neighbor, and then you're gonna have to have the childcare like professional experience. So let's say you are taking care of your neighbor's kids, so they're gonna be your reference, right? Or you're working at a crèche or volunteering at a crèche, then they will be your professional reference. And you get to choose like the ages of the kids, the preferences, do you want pets in the house or not. So like you get to have a lot of options. And then they're gonna do a personality test assessment on you. So like you're gonna have a multiple choice test that you're going to do as part of your application, so that they know and understand what kind of a person you are. What else? There's so much. They're gonna want to know your hobbies. They're literally gonna want to know everything about you in that profile. And when you are done with the profile, cultural care is gonna continuously check up on you during the whole process of you completing your profile. And then when you're done with the profile, they're gonna review it, and then they're gonna do another interview with you before your profile goes online. So they will do like a last interview, checking everything with you, the hours that you've worked, the childcare, your pictures. They're gonna advise you like maybe take down this picture or put another picture, or like, you know, switch up some things. And also I would advise you that the pictures that you are going to use, make sure that you ask for permission from the parents of the kids, like especially if it's not your family. Like with family it doesn't matter, but with other kids, I'd advise you like to ask for permission, because some people don't want their kids all over, you know, random websites that they have nothing to do with, or social media or whatever, because there are AUPAIR groups and you use these pictures on AUPAIR groups on Facebook as well. So you're gonna do that, and they're gonna take you step by step through the whole thing. And the nice thing with cultural care is that you don't pay before you get a family. So even though you're done with your application and they approve of everything, and now it's time to start looking for a family, you don't pay yet. Don't pay yet. Like, that is the thing. If you find a person saying that they are from cultural care, or they're trying to send you an email, cultural care doesn't really send emails when it comes to application process. They call you. They literally call you. And for the last interview, I did a video call. They asked for a video call with me. They wanted to see my face and talk to me. So yeah, if somebody says they're from cultural care and they keep sending emails and they literally don't call you, then it's not cultural care, because they call people. Like, they call you all the time. They prefer calls over emails. And I don't know about other agencies how they work, but I know that cultural care, it's calls. Anyway, after everything, then they're gonna approve of your application, and they're gonna tell you that we have approved of your application, and then your application is gonna go online. So when it does go online, what you do is that you're gonna have to wait to find a family. So basically, you don't look for the family looks for you. You cannot search for a family. Like, there's no option where it says search for families. It's just not there. I don't know why. Don't ask me. I think it's unfair, in my opinion. That's very unfair, but that's how they work. A family is going to look for you. You don't look for them. And you have to be honest in your profile. Don't lie. Don't lie to people. Don't say you can cook and then you don't know how to cook, or you can drive but you don't know how to drive. Also, driving, number one. But you don't really have to drive, but you have to have you have to have a license. That's like one of the requirements for all of this thing. License, passport, obviously ID, what else? That's about it. A license, passport, ID, and then yeah, then you're gonna start getting requests from families, and then you just have to wait to get the request from families, because you can't look for families. And then afterwards, when you do find a family that you like, you can only get like 3 families at a time on your profile, so you can't get more than that. If you don't like all 3, then it's fine, you can cancel everybody, but you have to talk to them. They're going to tell you that you have to talk to each of the families. So then, why are you flicking my camera? Thank you. Anyway, and then you're gonna talk to the families and interview them, and then if you like each other, you will decide to match. If you don't like each other, then you don't like each other. It's okay, like, to decline families. Don't feel like the first family you talk to is the family that you have to go with. Don't do that. That's a terrible idea. Don't do that. Talk to as many families as you can. Take your time, and don't lie. Like, be honest. Don't lie. Don't say I can take care of 4 kids and you know you can't take care of 4 kids, you are just shooting yourself in the foot. You cannot, like, don't lie. If you can handle 2 kids, it's 2 kids. If you can handle 3 kids, it's 3 kids. If you don't want toddlers, then you don't want toddlers, because maybe you can't deal with the tantrums or whatever. And if you don't want babies, then you don't want babies. If you don't want older kids, you don't want old kids. Like, the people that prefer older kids over babies, there are people that prefer babies over older kids. So it's different. And then some families don't require you to drive. So if you want a family that will want you to drive, or that will make you drive, and you feel like you're comfortable driving, then look for a family that will allow you to drive. But if you're not comfortable driving, don't lie to the family and say, yes, I can drive. Because when you get there, you are going to have to drive because you told them that you can drive. And then next thing, you're panicking. And in America, it's the opposite side of the road. So first you have a shock of, oh, I'm not used to driving. And then now you have another shock of, I'm driving on the opposite side of the road. Don't do that to yourself. Don't. Like, if you are not comfortable driving, but you do have a license, tell them that I have a license, but I'm not comfortable driving. They will take you to driving school. There are families, they take au pairs to driving schools, and it's okay. And the other thing is, if you can cook, because some families want au pairs, most families want au pairs that cook. So if you can cook, great. If you don't, you can cook but you don't like cooking, don't say I like cooking, because you're going to cook every day. Like, for me, I would tell them that I can cook but I don't like cooking. So they didn't really expect me to cook every day, but when I do, I'll cook. But it's not an expectation, a daily expectation, because if you tell them, oh, I love cooking, you know, and I don't mind doing it every day, you will do it every day. You will do it every day. So when you talk to the families, it's also important to write down a list of questions, like as many questions as you'd ask. As much as they want you to be their au pair, but you need to be okay with living with them. You need to like them as a host family. You need to like them as people. So you need to ask them as many questions as possible. And there are families that will try to, take advantage because you don't know anything and you're South African, and they have a weird stigma of South Africans. We're kind of like stupid, even though we are not. But yeah, make a list of questions and make sure to ask as many questions. Don't say yes to everything. Like, you have to be brutally honest with these people. You have to be brutally honest. Like, I cannot emphasize how much you have to be, like, brutally honest, guys. Brutally honest with them about who you are, what you like, what you don't like. Because as soon as you say yes to every single thing, I don't know how your experience is going to be, because you're going to end up doing things that you're not supposed to do. You're going to end up being taken advantage of. Like, it's going to be a mess. What else? Yeah, so when you talk to families, talk to as many as you can. Look for also location. Always research about your location. Especially, I would advise for especially like us black girls and boys and anybody who's black, always research the location, because there are certain areas in America where it's literally like white people. 95% of the population that lives in a certain state would be white people, and there would be like 5% black people, and that is not a location that you would want to go to, because it's not going to be comfortable for you. It's not going to be comfortable. you're gonna have culture shock, and the people there are going to have a race shock. Like, now, always, as a Black person, always research the areas you go to. And I think everybody should actually research about the area, because not only is it about race, obviously the race aspect is going to make or break your experience, but also where things are. Because as a young person, you don't literally want to stay on a farm. Let's say you come from a farm, you come from Free State, you come from wherever, and you want to experience a city or an urban area. The last place you would want to is to end up in a farm in America, where the next neighbor is like 10 kilometers away, 5 kilometers away. That is not what you want for yourself. So I would say always research about these areas. And I feel like the host family should also be honest, like ask them what is within the area. Where is the closest mall? How far is the closest mall? If they tell you, oh, the closest mall is 30 minutes, 30 minutes is far. 30 minutes in America is too far. But if you're okay with driving for 30 minutes, then it's okay. And if you don't drive, make sure that they give you an Uber allowance. Guys, transport. If you don't find a family that's in New York or New Jersey, transport is going to be a pain in the butt, because you need to drive in every other state except New York, maybe New Jersey. New Jersey is like a 50-50. You can drive, you can take public transportation. Both ways are good. But outside that, you need to drive, or you're gonna have to constantly have an Uber, which is gonna eat your money, because you're gonna be earning $200 a week. It's not a lot of money. It sounds a lot when you hear, but it's not a lot of money. Like $200 is like 200 rand a week. And you're gonna Uber to wherever during the weekend. Maybe not every weekend, but like, let's say you're gonna hang out with your friends 3 out of 4 weekends a month, or 2 out of 4. I mean, no. So always request for an Uber allowance. If they don't give you an Uber allowance for your spare time, at least ask them to meet you halfway. Like, come on now, Chelsea, come on now. No. What are the other? There are so many things. I think I should also make a separate video about what to do and what to ask when interviewing families. And yeah, basically after the whole process and you match with the family that you like, and now then Cultural Care is going to call you, or your agency is going to call you and confirm that you guys matched and you really like each other. And then we're gonna start with the process of payments. Money. They're gonna ask for money, moolah. So I'm gonna break down the cost. Cultural Care is gonna tell you, I'm gonna speak from Cultural Care's point of view because that's what I used. I don't know the costs of other agencies, but with Cultural Care, when they explain the cost the first time, they're gonna tell you it's 15,000. So you are going to put 15,000 throughout the whole process. It's not 15,000. It's not. What you are going to pay, what you're going to give Cultural Care minus, I'm not going to talk about, like, I'm gonna talk about other things, okay? What you're going to give Cultural Care is 17,000 rands. So The 17,000 rand is the 15,000 program fee. The program fee is the 15,000. That's the program fee. And the program fee is flight included. That's 15K right there. Then you have 2,000 rands on the side. I think it's 17,000 or 17,500. Somewhere there. 17.5, I think. But between 2.5 and 2,000 rand, it's gonna be your travel insurance, medical insurance, and tax. Travel insurance, medical insurance, tax. This is America. You tax. They will tax you. So you're gonna pay about 17,000 or 17,500 if the costs did not go up in the last 12 months. Then that's what you're going to pay to cultural care. And then the other cost is your visa. Visa costs 3,500, around 3,500. But then you're gonna have to pay for delivery fee. Let's say you come to do your visa interview in Joburg, but you stay in Pretoria or you stay in Mpumalanga. You are not gonna drive back to collect your passport for one day. So you're gonna want it to be couriered, and it's normally couriered via DHL, which will cost you 200 and something, close to 300 rand. If you do it late, it's gonna cost you 300 rand. Some people it costs them 150, so depending on when you book it. I booked my courier delivery late, close to me getting my visa, so it cost me like 285 rand just for delivery. So basically I paid around close to like 4K, 3,780. That's what my visa cost me. And yeah, so you're gonna pay for your visa, and you pay for your visa when you book it. So the booking of the visa is your job. You are the one that's gonna book your visa. You are the one that's gonna find the date, and you're gonna go to the website. You're gonna have to go to the US Embassy website, find your local US Embassy, and you're gonna have to book your own visa. You're gonna have to pay for it. It's not included in the 17,000 rand situation. That is not included. This is a separate amount, okay? So we're gonna do that. You're going to pay your own visa, and also for the delivery of the visa. And what Cultural Care is going to do, they're going to walk you through the visa interview questions and all the paperwork that you have to have when you go to your visa appointment. So if there's other paperwork that you're gonna have to have before you go there, Cultural Care is gonna send you a pack before, like probably a week or two before your interview. So before your visa interview, they're gonna ask you, did you book a date? What is the date, and what time are you going to the visa interview? So that they will be able to send you the package that you're gonna need of important documents to take to the embassy, right, together with your passport. So you're gonna have to do that, and they're gonna walk you through the questions. It's about like 20 questions, but out of the 20 questions, they'll probably ask you like 5 questions or less. I got 3 questions, and they were like probably the most easiest questions. They just asked me like, what am I going to do in America? Do I know the location that I'm going to? And do I know the family? Like, what is the family's surname? What is the family's surname? Those are the questions that they asked me. I got asked 3 questions, and my visa was approved on the spot. like right there, like stamp approved. So some people, they don't get it approved on the same day. Some people do. I was one of those that got approved on the same day. Some people get it approved like 24 hours later. Some, it might take a few days. If they see that your information is not connecting properly, it'll probably take a few days. But a lot of the people are approved. I've never heard of a story of someone getting rejected because of a J1. That's odd. But after your interview, yeah, you're gonna wait for your passport to come back. So the waiting period for a passport, it's normally a week. Mine took a week. I think it depends on your location. If it's delivered, it depends on your location. Because I'm staying in Joburg, then it took a week. Other people, it took 2 weeks. It can take up to like 2 to 3 weeks to get to where you are. And yeah, and then after that, the other cost is your international driver's license. That, I don't remember how much I paid for that. I think it was like 120 or 100 rand or 150. I'm not sure. I don't know how much I pay for that, but it's not more than 200 rand. That's one thing I'm gonna guarantee. So when you go to do your international driver's license is the AA. You can do it online. You can say AA international permit, or like US international permit, or you can just go to AA straight, your nearest AA. So what I did mine, I didn't do mine online. I just went there because it wasn't far, it's not far from the house. So I went there directly and I got it the same day. Some people say that like if you do it online and then you just go and collect, which is also convenient to just get there and collect so that you don't have to wait or anything. But it's a very quick process. Like you just get there, you take your license with you, and you get there and they're gonna ask you like what country are you going to, and then you're gonna fill out your details on the computer and they're just gonna print it out right there and then. Oh, you have to take a passport picture with you when you do the international driving permit. You're gonna have to do not an ID photo size, a passport photo sized picture. That's what you need, not ID. They're not gonna take your ID photo. It has to be the size of a passport, and I didn't know that there were different sizes. Now I do. The passport size is bigger than the ID size photo, so you're gonna have to do that. I suggest maybe like do 2 pictures, just for in case, just for in case. So you can take the pictures anyway, as long as they are passport size, and they will when you go on the website, like they will tell you the measurements of the picture, how it should be. And then yeah, you're gonna do that. Those are like your 3 major costs, and the other costs are like personal costs. So I'm not gonna like count like for the girls, like you need to do your hair, or you want to do your nails, or you want to do your lashes, or you want to buy clothes or luggage. Those are your personal costs. So like roundabout, I spent roughly, oh no, I'm forgetting one thing. You're going to have to take $150 to $200 of pocket money. So that is about, that's a lot of money. That's about like $4,000 rands. I almost said dollars. That's about like 4K, 4 to 5K. The rand is 18 rand something right now. So when I went, I took 3,500 and that was about like $200 at the time that I left. And yeah, now it's gonna probably be like 4,000 to 5,000, maybe 6. I don't know, but you're gonna have to have some kind of pocket money, which is important because it's like, especially like when you're gonna stop in airports, you're gonna want to buy some snacks because airplane snacks are not great. So you're gonna like wanna buy something. So yeah, that's gonna be your money. You're gonna have to buy something at the airport or when you get to America for like your first week, you know, because you're not gonna get paid the day you get there. I mean, hello. Yeah. So those are the things. Yeah, those are the major costs. What I spent in total of my money, I have no idea. I spent so much money. I probably spent like 30,000 rand or 25 in total of everything, like including my hair, and I had to do COVID. Some people had to do COVID tests. The people that are going right now, you guys are lucky you don't have to do all these COVID tests. Yeah, you're gonna have to do some medical tests, HIV, TB, other physical precision tests like fitness, whatever. Like there are so many medical tests that you're gonna have to do. That's also the other thing. So if you're not on medical aid, then that is also gonna be like part of your expenses, because these things cannot be done at a clinic. Like you literally have to go to a doctor or a physician to do all of these things. So if you're not on medical aid, then obviously that's gonna be money. But luckily for you guys that are leaving right now, you don't have to do COVID tests. That was gonna be a whole other cost as well. But you still have to do other medical tests because they want to know that you are healthy and you are in the right state of mind. So if you are on any kind of medication, be anything, you guys, anything, even birth control, anything, whether it's post for depression, whatever, then be honest about it. Like tell cultural care what medication you're taking. If you do see a therapist, tell cultural care that you are seeing a therapist. Be honest with them. They are going to ask you though, that like, are you seeing or have you seen a therapist for whatever problem, you know? And if you are currently like have maybe like depression or anxiety or all of these things, then tell your host family, whatever host family that you're going to match with, be honest with them about it. Like tell them, because some families might, out of the goodness of their heart, because I have a friend and her host family pays for her anxiety medication and therapy, and they put her on their family medical aid minus like the cultural care one. They put her on that. So if you know that you have anxiety issues, depression issues, whatever mental health issue, be honest with the family, because they might actually pay for therapy for you, to go to therapy and to have medication, you know, to get the help that you need, because you are going to be dealing with their kids, and the kids can be stressful, the parents can be stressful too. I'm not gonna lie, like everybody can be stressful. So that's important. And yeah, after paying everything and finding your family and everything, then honestly there's nothing left. Like you just have to get ready to go. And culture care is like, oh no, I'm lying. After paying for everything, that you guys are gonna go through training. You're gonna go through training week. So at first, apparently, this is what I heard, okay? That training happens at New York, But this was before COVID. It happened in New York, but now it doesn't happen in New York anymore. Instead, it's online. So you're gonna go through training week where you're gonna do CPR tests, and I mean they're gonna teach you. They don't just tell you, oh, you have a CPR test, you know. No, you're gonna go through a course where they teach you about the laws of America when it comes to like child safety and driving safety and all of these other stuff. So they're gonna you're gonna go through training, and they're gonna explain like the American culture and how the kids behave, because kids in America behave different from kids in South Africa and kids in other countries. So we are all raised different, and when you get to America, trust me, as a South African, it's totally different. It's going to be mind-blowing, okay? Like honestly, like no. But they're going to tell you and inform you as much as possible, and you are going to have homework. So I would suggest, if you guys stay in areas that are suffering from load shedding, then you have to have backup, because they are not going to take your excuse for load shedding. Because during my training week, somehow, guys, I am privileged enough, blessed enough, you know, to live in an area that there is no load shedding. But during that week, I don't know what the devil was trying to do. During that week, we had load shedding. During my training week, there was load shedding. And literally our instructor told us that for all South Africans that have load shedding, if load shedding hits during your training session, which happens at night, because it's not during the day, like these training sessions happen in American time, so they happen at night. So if you know that you're gonna have load shedding sometime during the night, you better have data. Your network has to somehow be stable, and you have to have light, because your cameras are always going to be on. If the camera's not on, that means you're not in class. That means you're gonna fail your training school, and that means you're gonna have to wait longer to attend another training school with another group, and then it's gonna make everything be pushed back. Your flight and everything gonna be pushed back, and then you're gonna have to tell the family it's gonna be not cute. So yes, so if you have that, always have backup power. Make sure your phone is charged. Make sure you have some kind of light, whether it's a flashlight, some kind of a small light that will just shine on your face, so that your camera can be on. And you are going to have homework, of course, because it's training school, it's school. So you're gonna have homework, and yeah, you're gonna have tests as well. You're gonna have a CPR test where you have to demonstrate CPR on camera as well, like, and then if you pass the test, you're gonna, you know, get your certificate for that, for CPR, because CPR and child safety and all of that is a huge deal in America. You have to know CPR to take care of kids in America. And yeah, so after training school, guys, that is it. Like, you're not gonna be spending any more money that is not personal to you. You're not gonna give the agency any more money. I don't know if other agencies do training school, but they probably do. If you decide to go with like AUPAIR America or AUPAIR Care or OBC, they probably do training as well. And you guys are gonna be ready to fly, and they're gonna give you like flight information. So with the flight information, not everybody uses the same airline. So the airlines depend on your location. So, but you always have a travel buddy. One thing that I really appreciated with cultural care is that they were involved in the traveling. So like they actually like prepare you. So let's say that somebody's gonna, like a group of people are gonna be flying out this week. So all the people that are gonna be flying out in the course of the week, and depending on which airport you're flying from, they're going to match you up. Also depending on your location. So you won't be traveling by yourself. You might travel the three of you. You might travel two people. Most of the time it's two people. Some people are like, it's like 3 to 4 of them, and they make you guys sit next to each other so that you don't have to feel lonely, and you don't have to feel like you are leaving the country by yourself. You know, you have somebody that's from here, and you're going on this journey together. You get to make a friend, because you guys are going to be friends. You cannot be traveling for 20 plus hours, sometimes 24 hours, and not be friends. That's stupid. Okay, yeah. So they're gonna give you travel information. They're gonna be very involved with you up until you literally get to your host family. And also with the host family, before you travel, like, you guys should share your travel information with them, and also tell them, like, ask them if they're gonna get you from the airport, or who's gonna get you at the airport, because it's very scary to land in a country that you do not know of, and you literally don't know anybody, because cultural care is not gonna be there at the airport to welcome you. It's your family, like the host family is going to be there to welcome you. So you guys need to really communicate as much as possible from the time you guys match to you leaving. Like, really get to know them. There are stories of girls literally turning around at the airport before they have to board the plane. They turn around and they decide to go back home because they are too scared and they don't feel comfortable with the family that they picked. So don't ever try to feel pressure to pick a family, and you don't also have to go with cultural care, guys. You can if you want to. There are success stories and there are failure stories. This au pair journey is a 50-50. There's successes and there's failures. There are people that have nightmare stories. There are people that have great stories. I have a bit of both, and I will share that probably in my next video. I don't know, but yeah, guys, it's very late at night and I'm tired, and I had tea in my hand this whole time, and it's cold now because I haven't taken a sip of it. But yeah, that is it. I think I didn't miss anything. No, I didn't. No, I'm very proud of my brain for this time of the night to actually remember everything, because I didn't even write anything down. But that is everything. I mean, if you guys have questions, make sure to ask your questions. Like, you can ask me anything, and you can comment down below, ask me anything, and I will help you. And or you can hit me up on social media if you don't want to comment on YouTube, public on YouTube. Then you can DM me on Instagram or TikTok, whatever that you're comfortable with. Probably not Facebook. Yeah, don't inbox me on Facebook. But hit me up on my socials if you have any questions about the process, and I will talk to you privately about it. I'll be happy to help you. Yeah, guys, that is the end of my video, and I'm going to bed. I literally waited all day to do this video because I had to let everybody go to sleep if I do it. But thanks for watching. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. And also comment below of any video ideas that you guys have, and I'll be sure to do it. Right, yes, the link to my social medias will be in the description box. The link for Cultural K will be in the description box as well. So that's it. Peace. I'm tired. Bye.